Now this one is really a good story. This is a good story. Okay, here we go.
Well, in history, we have the Masters, and this is a take on Botticelli's The Birth of Venus.
Yes.
And since we all can't retain, that beauty of Venus forever, I mean, beauty is impermanent for most of us. So this is the impermanence of Venus.
That's true. Yeah. Very good posture, except for the sagging part in the center. And so another classic.
Yes, this is the Odalisque by Ingres, I'm pretty sure, and this is Dead Man's Treasure. And so once again, we're taking beauty from the art history books, and we're turning her into a skeleton. You
must have some really good books on anatomy. Either that, or maybe you have a model somewhere lurking in your place.
I do have a good book on anatomy, actually.
Oh, you also have been making cards, I see down here. Can anybody get on that? Oh, that's okay. I think the camera will get on those just in general.
Okay.
So how long, now I met you, was this your first art and wine festival that I met you at?
The first one in the Bay Area.
The Bay Area.
I've done a couple up in the Placerville area.
Because you're like 3.5 hours away.
Yeah, depending on the traffic.
Thank you for the drive.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of art shows up there.
I do, and I'm going to have another one coming up in September. I'm going to be part of the El Dorado County Artists Tour, studio tour. And then I'll be down here again in San Carlos in the fall in October for the wine and art fair that's here.
Well, send me an email. I go to quite a few of them.
Okay.
Now, what would you like me to show?
Of the book?
Anything. We might have missed a couple here, but we missed that one.
Well, here, let's do this one.
This one?
This one's kind of funny. Well, I think it is funny. So this is a cosmos flower, and so this is about becoming enlightened. So when we're enlightened, we'll be seeing the cosmos, right?
And you're happy. No, this one is cute. What did you like about Georgia O'Keeffe?
Well, I think I liked her independent mind.
Yes.
She was a very strong woman during that time period. There were very few women that were able to do their work and stick to what they saw and be able to paint it. Although she had a really strong connection with Alfred Stieglitz, I think that she still had to hold her own. And they weren't together a lot of the time, and she was painting on her own, and that takes a lot of discipline. So I really...
Did you see the show in San Francisco?
No, but I've been to her museum in Santa Fe.
Oh, how nice. Yeah. Lucky for you.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, if you've been there, I think you probably saw it all.
Yeah, I also saw a show of hers in Chicago. So.
Oh, how nice. So she is your favorite artist?
No, I think in high school she was my favorite artist, but I have so many influences now, I can't really pinpoint one artist as being my favorite. Although Frida Kahlo is
yes,
pretty impressive too. So.
Oh, when you study about her life.
Well, it's a real good example of art as healing. I mean, she really was able to use her art to deal with her situation. So.
Oh, yes, yes. It's just, people come to art for different reasons, I guess. Mm-hmm. And, well, you obviously loved art from day one because you led that way into a master's. When did you actually start doing art?
My dad was an artist, and he started me painting when I was 2. And so he had me in art classes when I was probably about 5, and I've been studying art ever since.
Was he fairly successful? Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. He was very talented. He could paint pictures that were very representational, so I mean he was very skilled at what he did, and he wanted to share that with me, so I really appreciate
So you don't think that he used his art for healing? That wasn't his thing? He was more just landscapes or...
Landscapes, yes. Yeah. I think it was just more of an enjoyment for him. That wasn't his profession. So
but I think a lot of artists, I'm one of them, when I do landscapes, it's the nature, it's the love. Mm-hmm. And when I do something recently I just saw a couple paintings of Lower Falls, and I have, that's in Yellowstone, and I had done one, and I looked at them and they were so sketchy, and I always say I do a portrait, you know, so maybe he was like that, you know, really trying to do a portrait of what he saw and capture nature, so he's speaking for nature. That's kind of the way I look at landscapes. Oh, we have to have this one. Can we have one more? The rose? Or
This is the rose. So it's about the heart and the protection of the heart. And so the rose, you know, represents love and passion. So. And the rib cage would be protection. So that's what protects our heart. So that's what that.
Wow. So your mom, was she an artist too?
She was very talented as far as she was an interior decorator. So I had received a lot of.
So you were just surrounded with
Yeah.
color and patterns and all kinds of things. But you found your own niche.
I think so, yeah. I found what works for me, yeah.
And how did the public respond to this? There's a lot of people in pain now, have really always been for one reason or another. How did they respond to you? What did they say to you when they look at your art?
I was really surprised because this last fair that I was in, people just kept coming in the booth, and my question was, well, what brought you in? And a lot of the color is what draws them in, and the imagery is a little bit different than what they're used to seeing. So I think it was just something new for them to, you know, kind of look and explore. It's different than what other people do. So.
Has anybody said or called to your attention about the healing qualities of your work? Do they actually say that to you? Do you get feedback?
When I was talking about the feet, they would talk about a lot of issues that had to do with their feet. So,
yeah, that's really something. You know, How many pictures are in here? I didn't count.
I think there's about 45.
Is there any you want me to show? I mean, I like. Oh.
Yeah, you liked that one. That's a good story.
Okay,
too.
I do like this one.
It's not such a.
What is this? The accident? The accident, right?
Yeah,
I
accident.
didn't look at the title, but I think
Accident at 7. It was when I was 7 years old, and my friend Carrie Sue and a friend of hers and I were on a bike. Carrie Sue was on the seat. Her friend was on the middle bar next to the handlebars, and I was on the fender. And so you can imagine what happened when we started going down the hill. So my foot went into the bike tires. But the beauty of that story was that my dad came and picked me up and carried me home, and there was some sort of really beautiful sweetness about that. So.
Well, that's what I like about this book, is it just has a lot of stories, and some of the stories you may know what they're about, and some of them you just have to kind of use your own imagination, and that's what makes it interesting. I just want to thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed talking with you and seeing your work, and I like your work. I hope you continue. Will you let me know when you come out with a new book? I'd like to have the first preview.
Okay.
Great.
I'm happy to. Thank you.
How long will it take? About a year?
Yeah, about a year.
About a year. Wow, amazing. Well, this one took 4. You're getting faster.
I am getting faster.
Thanks for watching the show, and please look on her website and follow her work. She's a very talented artist. And think about art as healing, and try some yourself. It's good for you. Thanks for watching the show. We'll watch again. So it took 4 years.